and around and round and around and round and around and round you go until you say no more. It's the Turning Point Show. It's the Turning Point Show.
We're here. We're doing it.
Here we are. Okay, so it's almost 1:05. I know I did watch Becoming last night, the Michelle Obama documentary. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. Like
it's
short,
sweet, to the point, but you capture the essence of everything that she is, you know?
Yes, absolutely. And you forget, or I forgot, I should say, how impactful the Obamas were to just my experience of life, my journey, you know? So
life,
yeah. So thank you all so much for joining. We'll get it's 1:04. I think, you know, people will come in and gather. And so we'll get started. I'm so grateful that Jelani is joining me. We go back a little ways back.
A long ways back. Not a little. It's a long way now. It's a long way now.
I know, right? Time has passed. So
I've grown up and you look exactly the same.
I know. Okay. So we did Choir Boy together, and I might have been the oldest person in the cast, maybe, but I played the youngest person. So I'm just grateful for these genes. I'm gonna continue to try to hydrate, you know. So as this, me really treating this like a talk show, I decided to give myself a little theme song. So I'm gonna try that out. I'm gonna sing my own theme song for Turning Point Show. And
let's hear it.
Yeah, right. You know, next week I might have like a full track, but right now it's me singing to a track. So here we go. And around and round and around and round and around and round you go until you say no more. It's the Turning Point Show. That's it.
Hey,
that's it.
That's catchy.
Good. Because you know sometimes
round and round and around and round. It's what was it? What was
and around and round and around and round and around and round you go until you say no more.
Hey.
Yeah, it's the Turning Point Show.
I love that.
Yeah, you know, because sometimes you get to you go around in cycles and circles, and then you say, no more. I got to turn. So that's what we want to explore. Thank you all so much for joining us. And really, I created this show with the idea that in this unprecedented moment where there's a lot of uncertainty, a lot of people are trying to grapple with how do I move forward, I wanted people to share stories about their experience of navigating a turning point and deciding, you know what, this is the way forward. Because I think that will inspire a lot of us, and we all are looking for some inspiration during this challenging time. So I'm grateful to folks that I put out a call to a few friends, and grateful for those who answered the call, and excited to continue this conversation. So thank you all for joining me on my first show. I'm excited for many more, and many thanks. I'm super grateful to Jelani Alladin for being the first guest.
I'm honored. I'm so honored. Like, Lockley, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you, man. And I saw a few comments about the theme song. Thank you all, folks, for that enjoyed the theme song and wanted it to be a ringtone. I appreciate that. So many of you are familiar with Jelani Alladin, but in case you don't know, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about him. He's a fellow graduate of NYU's Tisch School of the Arts. Yes, NYU. Yes, Tisch. Hey, student loans. Oh,
I mean, my bank account. Yeah, like, still paying them, but, you know, we'll work that out.
And Jelani has graced the stages across the country and won a Critics Circle Award while doing so. He made his Broadway debut in 2018 in Disney's Frozen, playing Kristoff. I know you had a lot of fun doing that role, and I saw some backstage shenanigans. So you seem to have a really good time with that team. And last year, Jelani continued breaking barriers in his role as Hercules in Disney's Hercules, adapted from their wildly popular animated musical, which I didn't get to see. I mean, it sold out so fast, but
I mean, look, my aunt didn't get to see it. I mean, I couldn't even get tickets for her. You know what I mean? So it was crazy.
It was crazy, but I saw clips, and I know you killed it. And were buff AF. And I'm so excited and grateful to have Jelani here. So thank you. Lots of virtual applause. I hear it in my soul and spirit. Oh, actually, you know what? I got sound effects.
Hello.
And then it's going straight to Desiree. So, as a little icebreaker, Jelani, right. I wanted to play a game because this is we're gonna game. Yes, get it ready. It's called Turn or Point on the Turning Point Show. And so the idea is turn means turn away. Point means stay. Okay. So turn away, point, and stay. So an example, just for example, so we're clear on what the game is. An example is a stranger raises her arms to give you a hug. Do you turn or point?
Turn.
Okay, great. All right, so
wait,
we're gonna do
yeah. Wait, is there a hand gesture for turn?
Oh, that's maybe. I mean, there can be. We can, I don't know.
We'll just do this. I'll do that.
Okay. I mean, you can say it aloud, but we can have movement too,
Okay, cool.
For the hearing impaired, like not even to be funny, but for the hearing impaired, that's turning. This is pointing. Okay.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, so first one. You see your best friend's dad in his underwear. Turn or point?
Turn.
Okay.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Your secret crush is walking towards you. Turn or point?
Point. I'm always like, let's go for it, baby.
Hey. Yes, go for it. What, shoot your shot. Okay.
Shoot your shot. They never get it again. Come on.
You get a next one. You get a happy Thanksgiving text from a number you don't have saved. Turn or point?
Point.
Okay, that's good.
It's
that's
Thanksgiving.
Good.
It's all Thanksgiving's literally about giving, right? So you might have to know that you don't have their number. You can just say thank you.
They don't need to know. It's just like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna respond. I'm gonna say happy Thanksgiving to you too. Don't know who you are, but have a happy Thanksgiving. Okay. Yeah. Next one. You go to an audition and see that the dance call is an extensive tap number. Turn or point?
At this stage in my life, turn.
Okay. The power of choice.
Yeah, I think now with turn, if you called me 4 years ago, I'd point, but now I'm like, I don't need to work that hard. Next.
A graceful turn. Okay.
A pirouette, if you would.
That's beautiful. Your neighbor with 2 kittens must move immediately and wants to pass the kittens on to you. Turn.
Oh, hell no. Turn. Hell no. I don't do pets. I've broken up with people because they have pets. I don't do it. Sorry.
So you don't do pets, not even dogs?
No, sorry.
No pets.
Because people people always choose the pet over you, and I'm like, nah, B, you got me right here. No, we're not doing that.
Yes, we have learned Jelani is not about pets. Not about pets. I love it. Okay.
They're cute if I'm not dating you. If it's or if it's not my responsibility.
Right.
I'll be like, I'll pet your cute little dog, and you can go about your merry own way. But if I can't live with the dog, I did it for a little bit, and it's no.
Just a hard turn. Just go.
That's a no for me.
Cool. All right, last one.
Okay.
You're at an impromptu costume party, and someone wants you to throw on an Aladdin costume. Turn or point?
How revealing is it? No, I'm gonna turn. They're better.
Okay.
They're better costume options.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like, I don't know how often this happens, but someone's aiming to just be like, Jelani Alladin is Aladdin, like the double Aladdin thing.
Funny thing about that is I've never seen the Broadway musical Aladdin, so I really don't know. And the second thing is, like, the movie, like, I feel like I've only watched the movie like once in my life. In fact, I could probably tell you more about the remake version than the actual cartoon, because I don't think we didn't really watch the cartoon as a kid. We watched Beauty and the Beast. That was the one that we watched.
Yeah. Wow. So, but have you been getting, like, all your life, have you been getting Aladdin kind of jokes?
Oh, it's like, where's your magic carpet?
Oh,
you're like,
gosh.
All right, really? Like, that's the best joke you got? Like, that's the
Wait.
best pun you got? Like, go home.
Not here for the Aladdin.
Remember that? Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you so much for playing Turn or Point.
Of course.
Little applause. Okay, so now, okay, this automatically, my iTunes is just automatically playing music after I play the sound. Stop. Okay, so I'm curious, in a way, what has it been like being a Disney prince or demigod, or what has the experience been of taking on those types of roles?
Wild, because I had never seen myself as a Disney prince. I still don't. I really still don't. Like, growing up, like, you know, Eric, to be real, I was that skinny, awkward looking. My ears were too big for my head. Like, I looked like I needed to eat 5,000 bagels. Like, I was not your handsome, gorgeous young man. And so, growing up, if you had told me that the word prince would be associated with my name, I would have laughed. I would have been like, you're actually lunatic. You're crazy. And so it's wild, and it's I don't know. It feels fulfilling. It feels satisfying and gratifying, because this is not your average looking kind of prince. Like, I am a black prince, and something about oh God, especially with the way that the world is today and what's going on right now, is that there's something about having royalty associated with this that just makes me want to wake up in the morning and attack the world. And so I am beyond blessed. I'm grateful and lucky to be in the shoes that I am, and I worked hard for this. It's not like it was handed to me. Like, I worked my ass off to get where I am right now. A lot of sacrifice, a lot of perseverance, but I'm glad that hard work pays off. Yes,
and I have been a witness to Jelani Alladin's incredidible work ethic. And I will say, when we were doing Choir Boy, I just remember you being like, no, I got to go back to my apartment and, like, work on this and we'd be like, okay, well, we were going to get some food. We were going to, consume some food.
Yeah,
together.
Meanwhile, I'm, like, falling asleep on the couch, like, reading the script and like, oh, whatever, I'll do it tomorrow.
But you have always, my experience of you is that you're so dedicated, so hardworking, and so committed to the work and to growth through the work. Not just, like, doing it to say, okay, I did it, but to say, like, I grew, I learned something about myself. So I admire that, and I think it's something that the world continues to see, and you're reaping the benefits of your discipline and hard work, which is beautiful to see. So congrats.
I appreciate that. But that word growth is true. It's like, if I'm not, if you look at, quite literally, if you just look at the growth between Kristoff and Hercules, I would say that me as an actor grew 10 times as large, and the role itself grew 10 times as large. You know what I mean? So it's like, that word, I'm constantly in search of that, of new learning, of growth, of expansion, because the it's never done. You're never done. I'm never done.
Absolutely. My mother is in the house, and I must acknowledge,
Mama,
God is good. Yes, all the time, God is good. what really began your journey in the performing arts?
So my journey in performing arts began back in high school. Well, okay, first of all, I was singing in the church since I was a kid because my mother made me.
Yes.
You know, Amazing Grace.
Yes.
Like, you know, since the beginning of time, that was it, right? And then, you know, as I continued to study choir in middle school and I went to high school, I was like, I sing, but like, you know, I don't know what y'all talking about, this acting thing. I don't know what this is. Y'all are crazy. Y'all acting wild up on stage. I don't know if that's for me. And I didn't want to play a sport, so I auditioned for the musical instead my sophomore year, and it was magic. Somehow I got cast as the lead role, and they put all this responsibility on my shoulders. And I was like, this is too much work. Y'all asking me to memorize songs, learn scenes, learn dances, stand in certain lights, carry this prop, move that set piece. No, I'm sorry. I need to be paid to be doing this. This is too much work. And so I was going to quit. And then there came a point where I had to ask myself, you know, I did have fun doing it. I knew that I had fun doing it deep down inside, but I didn't want to admit it to myself. And so it took the love and the care and the concern of one of my friends' parents to be like, if you walk away from this, you're walking away from the rest of your life. She saw something in me that I didn't necessarily know that anyone else saw. Wow. And so, ding ding, here we yeah, that's not the turning point, but that was a turning point. Okay. And then from there, I'm like, all right, if this is really what I'm going to do, then I'm going to do it. And that came from my second turning point, the big one.
And I realized you said that you were having fun, but you didn't want to admit it. You didn't want to admit that you were having fun. What do you feel like that came from? Like societal pressures or expectations?
Yeah, I think that came from like stereotypes. Like we're talking, this is like pre-Glee, right? So like this is before people were like, it's cool to be a theater kid. It's cool to like sing. It's like, you know, block us from accepting the reality that we're just having a good time.
Yeah.
And like, why rob yourself of that? Like, why rob yourself of that? You know, so I think it was societal pressure for sure.
Mm-hmm. And so your friend's mother was like, I see something in you. You need to do this or you're going to ruin the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And so you did the musical. Was that Seussical? Was that the...
No, that was the next musical was Brigadoon. Me in a kilt. Goodbye.
I did Brigadoon too. I didn't know that you did that. I did Brigadoon too in high school.
We can save that for some other people, not me. That's not me.
So wait, you didn't do Brigadoon?
I did it. I had that Scottish. I was up there with a bad Scottish accent. I was up there.
And me too. I played Harry Beaton or whatever his name was. The one that. Like,
oh yeah. Run and get him. Run and get him.
Brigadoon. That is such a weird little play, a musical. Okay, well, that is something that we've learned. Oh, Victor did Brigadoon in high school too. What? Brigadoon was popular for a high school play. Okay, moving past that, what do you feel like was the next level of commitment for you in terms of your performing arts journey?
So it was like, all right, so I come from this Black family that's immigrants. They're from Guyana. We grew up in a household where education was like shoved down my throat. You know, it was all about my grades, and my goal was to be a doctor, essentially, right?
Oh, wow.
It was like to be the highest paying position that a good education can get you, right? So you're not being told that like being an actor is going to do that for you. You know, in the Black community, this then hobby, right? This hobby was kind of like itching at me, and I found that I couldn't stop thinking about it. It wasn't until, I guess it was fall 2008 when Barack Obama won the election. I can't say the word won. Won? I can't say that. Wow. I say won, but it's won. Anyway, he won the election for the president of the United States.
Yeah.
And me, that little black boy, skinny black boy in an all-white town of one of 6 black kids, seeing that a black man is now president of the motherfucking United States of America, that made me believe that I could do anything I wanted. If I worked hard enough, the sky is the limit. Like, he is in the highest seat in the world as a black man, and I really at the time it meant a lot. But even now, looking back now, it means the world to me. It was the turning point for me. It was the moment I realized that destiny and dreams can be fulfilled. That they're not just like ethereal things. So that was actually the point right before I had to audition for Brigadoon, was when that happened. This energy of that adolescent turning into basically a young man kind of was that turning point for me. And that's when I was like, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to be the best that I can at it, because I have no other choice. Yeah. Because now, why else would I do it? Just for fun, just to play around? No, I want to do it because I want to achieve something that's far bigger than me, you know? And I think still play the lead role. And so that taught me that already that was laying the groundwork for my career, being like, you don't have to just be, you are who you are, and you'll always be who you are, and celebrate who you are, but you don't have to be limited by who you are.
Yeah, or limited by your physical appearance, any of that should not limit your destiny or your possibilities. Yeah.
Oh, can you hear me?
That's powerful. Okay. Yeah. And so when he won, did you feel like, where were you in the moment that you heard that he won, or that were you watching it? What was that?
We were in the middle of so we had this thing called study hall when I was in high school in my program. And so from 7 to like 10 every night, we'd have to have mandatory study hall, which we'd have to sit down and like do our homework. And it was like towards the end of study hall, and they like called it, because I think they called it a little early because he had won some state that they didn't think he was going to win. Maybe it was Ohio, I'm not sure. And they were like, Barack Obama is president of the United States, and we just all like screamed. Like, I remember just like the joy, the disbelief. Like, is this real? And so yeah, that's where I was.
Nice. And you know what's interesting for me, I attended the inauguration. And so I attended that in DC, and then came back like the same day and watched him dancing with Michelle Obama while Beyonce sang At Last. And I just started crying. Like, that actually is what, like, I was like, whoa, this is real. And that just,
like, excellence upon excellence upon excellence upon love. It's like,
upon love. Like that. Yeah. And that was the platform. Like, the fact that believed in their genuine hope and love for this country, and watching that win and watching that succeed in a place where, especially as Black people, we were made to believe you're not going to get ahead, everyone's crooks and thieves, all types of things. Right. So to see that, it was just incredible and so inspiring. And so that turning point sounds like it allowed for you to have confidence in who you are and who you could become.
It provided me with an air, I think. And I think people kind of feel this when I walk into a room, or like when they meet me. Michelle Obama said this line. I watched Becoming the other day, and I was an actual weeping mess. And she said this line. She said, one of the girls asked her, like, what do you do when you just feel like invisible and like not seen, and because you're a Black woman? And she said, I have never felt invisible. And that moment for me, I was like, oh my God, neither have I.
Yeah.
Neither have I. I don't walk down the street and ever feel invisible. I deserve to be here. I claim my space. I feel like it's interesting because like right now my exterior, me Jelani Alladin right now, like, you know, my exterior is like big muscles and like da because of like, you know, I still have the remnants of Hercules on me. And so like right now my exterior matches that confident interior, right? But that confident interior, that spiritual interior was what was nurtured first. Is what grew inside of me first. And then the outward began to match that. I think that in that turning point that day, I realized that like, because I now that a black man is in the highest seat in the world, I don't have to be self-deprecating. I don't have to be I can be as loud and as visible and as prevalent as I want to be because of that. And so, yeah, so the spiritual side of me became so confident, so strong, so unbreakable. And I continue to build up that strength.
Is there a spiritual practice, habit, belief system? What, for you, spirituality, what does that entail? What's a part of that for you?
You know, I was born and raised Christian, and I still am Christian, and I still believe in God. I think I am not, quote unquote, religious in the sense that I practice every single day and live my life through the guise of religion. But I use my religion and my spirituality as principles to which principles as to which I create guidelines for myself and to decide what is right and what is wrong, and to decide the world and of what service I can be to the world through the understanding of Christianity and the practice of that faith.
Yeah.
And simply having faith. Simply having faith. Even in this moment of the freaking pandemic, right?
Yes.
Having faith that this is a moment, that this is a test, that this is not the end result of the world, that this is it's you know, people call it a pause, and I like that word. It's a pause. And in a pause, you kind of take time to reflect, and you take time to gather up your belongings, so that when it's time to go, you have everything you need. And so, so faith is huge for me. Faith, that word faith.
Absolutely. I think like faith is the belief in possibilities beyond what you can see is just so necessary, especially at this moment. But it's so necessary,
especially in this month, in the month of May.
In the month
of
May.
The word May literally means possible, right? May I have, or may, it's like making possible. So I mean, to have faith in the month of May is a good thing to do.
I did not know that. May. Yeah, I mean, I just did not think of it that way. May I, it's very true. The possibility. May it happen. May we make it so, you know? Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. And
hallelujah.
Hallelujah. And I know from, you know, working with you on Choir Boy and getting to know you, your mother has been a really important part of your life. And so where, I'm just curious, with the turning points, with your career, how do you kind of rely on her, and what is the future you look forward to for your parents? Because I know my parents, you know, they mean the world.
I just want to hug my mama, y'all. Damn, I really do. I really wish. This is the first time. Her birthday was last week, and Mother's Day is this week, and so it's a double whammy of not being able to be with her. I love her so much, and I think for me, even from when I was a kid, she always told me that I could be anything I wanted to be. Us as a kid, and it went far deeper than that. It's far deeper than that. Even with the times where, a week may go by sometimes and I don't call her, but like I know the next time I do call her that the love is so strong and so present. And she does everything. She does my taxes. She does,
My mom does my taxes too.
I mean, because it's just like she knows what she's doing. I trust her. There's a trust. I think that I'm very grateful to have. She's intelligent. She's beautiful. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful?
Yes.
So yeah.
Beautiful. Cool. Well, we're gonna start wrapping up, but there's a quote that comes from that comes from.
You better pull a quote, Eric.
It comes from Michelle Obama that I think is so relevant to right now and to really why I wanted to do the show, why I wanted to do Turning Points. And so here's the quote, and we can, talk about the quote a little bit. So here it is. If we can open up a little bit more to each other and share our stories, our real stories, that's what breaks down barriers. But in order to do that, you have to believe your story has value. Be vulnerable. Dare to be vulnerable. Yeah.
Eric, you don't know how right on time that is for me.
Oh, amen. Yes.
You don't know how right on time that is for me. So in this, I wasn't going to talk about quarantine, but here we are. In this time, I was really depressed. I will say that I think in the beginning I went through a depression, and I had come out of it. It started when I did I did this writing competition on Instagram, and we did a reading 2 Sundays ago for all the winners. And it was a fantastic day, reminding me of the power of art, and that we still have, as artists, though we may not be able to go into a building and work, we can always be working. We can always be developing and creating. And so I've gotten back to my writing, and I'm writing, stories about my truth, about my experience, and I'm wanting to share my stories. And I think that the only way for them to be shared and for them to then be produced and made is for me to believe in that they need to be shared.
Yes.
I have to do that. I have to believe in that. And so today I say to you, I believe in our stories and my story and what we can offer to the world through our stories. And so I needed to hear that. I really did. Oh. That was confirmation. That was confirmation on so many things for me. Wow. Where's that quote? What did you write that in Becoming?
That means a lot to me. I'm pretty sure it's also in the book, but that was.
That word is so powerful. I mean, I do think words are extremely powerful. I have a love for social. Though a lot of times, I'm very bad at spelling, y'all. Sometimes when I text y'all, the spelling is not gonna be right. All right, but thank God for autocorrect. Okay, autocorrect. Thank you. We praise you. But I love words. I love the definition of words, and the word becoming is such a powerful word because it's like that's what we always are. And if you aren't, I kind of feel sorry for you. I kind of feel bad if you're not constantly becoming, if you're not constantly trying to understand how to be better, how to be a better contributor to society, how to be a better human to one another. So that word becoming for me is what I think this quarantine experience for me is, what this COVID experience. I mean, that's a very privileged freaking point of view because people are freaking dying. Right. And that is terrible and that should not be happening. But from my personal point of view, from the way that I'm experiencing this, it's about me becoming. But I hate that I'm becoming at the cost of people dying, of people ending. Actually, that's we promise not to be morbid, but that's I think you can't delete that. I think I think if anyone can easily delete that, that's something they're programmed wrong, and they're gonna have to check themselves on that.
Yeah. No, it's a challenging time, and I want to honor you being vulnerable about that depression, because I mean, when this started, it was really hard for me as well, and I'm sure for so many people.
There were days I slept. I ate. Fantastic turning point.
Hey,
come on.
Hey. Well, we'll wrap up with that, and I'm excited for your stories that you're gonna share, both your own personal stories that you're gonna share, and any upcoming projects that I'm sure there are many in the works. But thank you so much for joining me, and for all those who are watching. I just want to say I see your comments. I didn't say hey, a hater, Evan, hater, Epiphany, hater, like all these people to Benny, to all these people that tuned in and said hey and hung out with us. Please, next week I will have another guest, so please stay tuned. Please, if you're not already follow Jelani. Keep up with him. Let him know that you were impacted by this wonderful interview and the gems that he dropped. And please, continue to follow me. Check out next week for our guest. I will share who that will be in a few days. And
who can we guess? Who
you can feel free to guess. I got a lot.
I don't know. How about no guess? I don't know nobody. I got no friends.
But thank you all so much for watching, and go out and discover your own turning points.
And around and round and around and round and around and round you go until you say no more. It's the Turning Point Show. It's the Turning Point Show.